Simon Guobadia wants to cross-examine Porsha Williams. He has a series of questions that he wants Porsha to answer under oath. Cheating, her sleeping with Future. I'm like, Porsha with Future? And then the monthly allowance, the 5-figure monthly allowance he was giving Porsha. So Simon was basically paying Porsha to stay married to him. I'm like, and then he has the audacity to ask if Porsha truly loved him. I'm like, how can you even ask if this woman loved you if you were paying her every month to stay married to you? That's not love. But anyway, so we're going to go through the series of questions Simon has for Porsha in this latest episode of Keeping Up with the Guobadias. I swear somebody needs to pick up this series because it's something else. So, according to court documents obtained by In Touch Weekly, Simon is demanding that Porsha sit down under oath and answer a series of probing questions about their relationship. He's questioning her motives. Now you're questioning her motives, Simon? Suggesting that she married him for his money and never truly loved him. Is this when you're finding out that Porsha never truly loved you, Simon? Like, we could have told you. We've been saying this for the longest time. Anyway, you know what? You can still learn at 60 years old, okay? Anyway, so let's go through these questions that pretty much sound like an interrogation. One of the most shocking things in the questions Simon has for Porsha was that he was paying her a 5-figure monthly allowance. 5-figure, guys. This is between $10,000 and $99,000 a month. I mean, he was basically paying Porsha to stay married to him. And I was wondering, why would they make such an arrangement? Look here. I'm a married woman. I have a husband. And I use my husband's money. His money is my money, right? But we don't have an arrangement. Given Simon is richer, and I understand rich people have to protect their assets. But anyway, let's just get into these questions because it's different, clearly. So Simon is asking Porsha about the 5-figure monthly allowance he paid her during their marriage. He wants to know what her understanding of this arrangement was. Was it a gesture of love or something more transactional? Who asked for the arrangement? Because he's saying, was it a gesture of love, as if he just said, I'm going to be giving you an allowance every month. If you suggested that, it's not on Porsha. But if Porsha asked for it, well, either way, whether you gave it to Porsha or Porsha asked for it, I'm going to tell you, Simon, it was transactional. It may have been love on your side, but definitely not on hers. My opinion, okay? 5 figures, just think about this. That is an entire salary for some people. If he even paid her on the higher end of the 5-figure, that could be $70,000 to $90,000 a month. Now, why would they have had such an arrangement? I'm thinking it's because Porsha was no longer making the money she was making on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Remember, Porsha quit Real Housewives of Atlanta immediately after she got into a romantic relationship with Simon. Why did she quit? Well, everybody was on her shaming and bashing Porsha for taking somebody's husband. We got introduced to Simon through Felon. Felon came as a friend to Porsha in Real Housewives of Atlanta. The moment Porsha saw that house, that money, those cars, she snatched Simon quickly. And we were on Porsha's neck. How dare you do that to another woman? Porsha decided to just, step away from the series for some seasons to just wait for the whole thing to settle down. Now, honestly, knowing what we know, I think Porsha knew what she was doing. She stepped away from Real Housewives of Atlanta knowing when it was time for her to come back, she was leaving Simon within a year or two. Max 3 years, she was going to leave Simon. Why? She got the prenup she wanted. She was at least going to leave with $7 million. Porsha had this planned the entire time. She probably told Simon, look, I'm not making the money I was making in Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think she was making minimum $1 million. So she was losing that income. Probably Simon was like, okay, I'm going to give it to you in a monthly allowance. I think that's why the arrangement was made. For him to say, was it a gesture of love or transactional? It was transactional. She needed income, okay? Then the second question he had was, did you love me or did you not? Was it love or not? So he wants Porsha to admit or deny if she ever really was in love with him. No, Simon, she was never ever in love with you. In my opinion, I can answer for Porsha. Okay, she never loved you. Who among all of us believed that Porsha was truly in love with Simon? Drop it in the comment section and tell us what makes you think Porsha was in love with Simon. The third question was the prenup. We know there's been so much drama surrounding this prenup. One of the conditions in the prenup was whenever anyone filed for divorce, Porsha would take the house they were living in. The house is estimated to be around $7 million. Simon was to vacate the house 30 days after divorce was filed. At the beginning of this year, February 2024, Porsha filed for divorce. So Simon was supposed to vacate the house sometime in March. He didn't. I think Simon was forced out legally. As we speak right now, Porsha was given by the courts exclusive rights to that home. Rights? Not ownership. She was told she can use the house, she can film in that house, she can do whatever she wants in the house for now while they're going through the divorce, right? We also know that Porsha currently is driving Simon's expensive Rolls Royce. We know that Simon sent a cease and desist letter to Bravo to stop filming in his car, right? That's the car he fake gifted to Porsha, and Porsha never even took the time to make sure her name was on the deed or any documents. So that car belongs to Simon. The house Simon bought with his own money. So Porsha wants the house. She also wants the car. Right now, the courts have told Porsha, you can use the house, you can also use the car. But we're not saying they are yours yet. Anyway, Simon is asking if their prenuptial was unfair or unreasonable. It's too late for that, Simon. Sounds like Simon is having second thoughts. It is too late for that. You signed on the dotted line. You are more educated than Porsha. So there is no way on this earth you can say you never understood what was in that document. And I can assume that you had your lawyers to draft that prenup for Porsha. So I don't know what excuse Simon can use. Did you say maybe after 3 years, or you just left it as whenever we divorce? Because you were under the assumption that Porsha was crazy in love with you and that she was going to stay with you for forever. Anyway, the other question, he basically accused Porsha of being a gold digger now. Who right now doesn't think Porsha was a gold digger when it comes to Simon? Let's just be honest, please. I'm a woman and I'm always going to support women, but what Porsha did is 101. No, is this? I wouldn't say that. This is gold digging, but the worst kind. Okay? He says he wants to ask Porsha if she married him for his money. Not once, he's asking Porsha if she married him for money. Yes, Simon. Yeah. Do you think if you, Simon, the way you are right now and the way Porsha is right now, that Porsha would marry you? at 60 years old and you were broke? I don't even know why this question is being asked. I think it's for legal reasons, I guess. They want Porsha to answer this question. So I understand, to be honest, I understand why it's being asked, okay? Now, cheating. Simon suspects that Porsha was cheating on him while they were married, okay? Simon is also curious about Porsha's relationships with other men. Simon wants to know if Porsha was getting cozy with anyone else during their marriage. He's even asking about specific men. Kelvin, don't know who Kelvin is, don't care to know who Kelvin is. Dennis McKinley, that is her ex and her baby daddy. And some guy named Jonathan. Now, when it comes to her ex, the hot dog guy, Dennis McKinley, who was crazy in love with Porsha, Porsha never really loved him either. Porsha wanted a baby because of her age, and Porsha wanted to make sure the father of her baby had some money to take care of the child support. So she found Dennis McKinley, okay? I don't know why he would ask about Dennis McKinley. I wouldn't be surprised if Porsha has a relationship with him, not sexually or romantically. I mean, she does spend some time with him, and she should spend some time with him because that's the father of her child. They have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to raising their daughter. So unless he saw something other than that, something sexual in nature, maybe, but I don't know if Porsha wants Dennis back now. She may have slept with him, but I don't think she wants him back, okay? I think Porsha wants somebody much richer than him, and now much richer than Simon. But anyway, the shocker in this series of questions was Future. Yes, that Future, Sierra's baby daddy. So Simon brought up rapper Future. He's asking for Porsha to explain her relationship with him. When I saw this, I was like, where did that come from? Porsha? Future. Is Future from Atlanta? I'm not sure, but I think so, but I'm not sure. Sierra's baby daddy with Porsha. I mean, what is the possibility that these two would end up in a romantic or sexual relationship? So let's think about this. Would Porsha sleep with Future? He's a rich guy. He's famous. So Porsha is looking for a rich guy. And let's be honest, Future is a good-looking guy. And he's a great rapper at that. He's just a serial cheater. He's not faithful. He doesn't stay with one woman. He's got 1,000,001 women and 1,000,001 baby mamas. Why would Porsha want that? But would Porsha sleep with him? Oh yeah. Given the way Porsha has moved with Simon, definitely. He has the bank account for Porsha to just open her legs and say, come on in, as long as you give me some money, okay? Now, on Future's side, would Future sleep with Porsha? Oh, I looked at some women. Future has a slew of women. His most beautiful and famous baby mama is obviously Sierra. He fumbled with Sierra, okay? But when I look at Porsha, she's a beautiful girl, so she qualifies, right? But really looking at some of the women Future has been with, Sierra being an exception, to be quite honest, I think, yeah, Future would sleep with Porsha. She has a vagina. That's the only criteria you need with Future. A vagina. A natural vagina. He's good to go. She's got a pretty face and she has a vagina. He doesn't care. All right? So on both ends, Future would sleep with Porsha and Porsha would sleep with Future. I don't know why people are like, oh no, we don't see them together. Yes, Porsha would definitely jump to that opportunity to be with Future. I believe that. More than Future would jump to the opportunity to be with Porsha. Okay? Because I guess their relationship would be mutually beneficial. Future gets to sleep with her, and Porsha gets to be connected to Sierra's baby daddy and the money, I guess. Anyway, and then he asked about how Porsha divorced him. So Simon is questioning why Porsha filed for divorce without giving him a heads up. No warning. Just bang, we're done, it's over. So Simon was pretty much shocked, blindsided by Porsha filing for divorce. He thought everything was going well in their marriage. So he's like, what went wrong? What happened to working things out? What happened to therapy? What happened to talking to your partner? How do you just wake up one day, file for divorce the next day and say it's over? Like, what did I do wrong for you to file for divorce? So Simon is still like, what happened? She was gold digging. She never loved you. Now, let's also remember that Porsha filed for divorce almost immediately after it was made public that Simon's U.S. citizenship was denied. One of the reasons he was denied was that he was allegedly a scammer and allegedly a fraudster. Now, Porsha used that opportunity to file for divorce, right? She was like, I never knew this about Simon. He lied to me about who he is. She didn't explicitly, at least what we know publicly, she didn't explicitly say immigration. She just said he lied to her about who he is or was, okay? Do I think Simon being denied citizenship was what turned Porsha off? No. Porsha was planning to leave Simon. I think she was going to give Simon max 2 to 3 years. She had an exit plan. She had that prenup signed, and she knew she was going to walk away $7 million richer. In the prenup, she is to have the house once they divorce. So Porsha planned this from the start, okay? And she knows she's still young, not very young, but young enough to find somebody else to marry her. She's very much a beautiful girl with a beautiful body. So Porsha is going to find somebody. She's climbing the levels when it comes to the bank accounts the men she's with have. Women who marry very successful men, they always do that. They level up. From Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, she was going up and up and up with each of the men Kate Middleton has slept with. She used to sleep with old men, sugar daddies. You know, Kate Middleton was a yacht girl, okay? She used to service older, married British men. And she started stalking Prince William and went to the school he went. They just didn't accidentally meet each other in college. Kate Middleton was stalking Prince William. And then bang! What do they say? Girls with dreams end up women with visions. Same with Meghan Markle. Okay, these women, they plan, they see their future. Meghan Markle moved to London because she was either gonna get Prince William from Kate or she was gonna get Harry. And she got Harry. These things did not happen by accident, no matter what they say. So Porsha Williams is doing the same. As you can see from her first husband to where she is today, all of this is strategic. She may not be smart, but she knows she's beautiful enough. All right? But anyway, what do you think of this latest drama? Porsha with Future? I mean, I see them knowing what Porsha does for money. But Porsha's people say Porsha doesn't even know Future. But do you think that Simon just put Future's name out of nowhere? There must have been something he saw or heard about Porsha and Future. He didn't say Porsha was having a sexual relationship with Future. He's asking her about her relationship with Future. If he explicitly said Porsha was sleeping with Future, Future could sue him if that never happened for defamation. But because he's questioning her relationship with him, Future can sue Simon, it's just a relationship. I mean, even if you said hi to her, I thought that was something. There's no defamation there. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until the next one, bye.